Hello, gorgeous Love Goddess. Welcome back to another episode of Love Goddess Podcast with your host, Katya Melvin. This week, we are talking on a bigger subject that is God works in mysterious ways. And I pulled a card in questioning and receiving guidance on what I should talk to you about today. I pulled a card that told me, and this is Miracle Now by Gabrielle Bernstein. I love her to death. She's awesome. If you haven't read her books, I highly recommend that. They're very easy to understand, and your down-to-earth guide to spirituality. That is part of her branding. That is part of why I love her. But the card says, I share my light with the world. And so that is what I want to talk to you about. I share my light with the world. What does it mean to you to share your light with the world? Some of you might say, I don't even have the light. And some of you say, yes, I have the light, but I am struggling with all of my stuff, with like the laundry and the dishes and the screaming at kids. And I was like, hey, who you are describing is a gray duckling. And that's the mindset that we are eliminating. We are eliminating the gray duckling. We kill her. She does not need to exist. And I am here to remind you that you are a love goddess. You are creation of love. You are a literal love because you are made out of love. And you are a goddess because you are creation of God in the feminine form of God. And while there are so many layers to Love Goddess, like I see it in so many ways, there is a spiritual meaning, right, to Love Goddess. There is sexual meaning to Love Goddess. There is relationship meaning to Love Goddess. There are so many different layers and angles, and there are some dark angles and light angles and all the angles. And today specifically, when I say I shine my light onto the world, for me specifically, that means that I have collected all this knowledge, all this spiritual knowledge that I've accumulated over years and of downloads and personal development, and the books that I've read and the mentors that I've taught. And I am ready to shine my light because it will change someone else's life. It may stop someone else from being suicidal. It may spark up their life. It may bring them back to life, right? And I forgot about this for a while, and I'm gonna share the story. It's been a hard week for me, and I think I've reached a point of a light burnout. I don't ever allow myself to get to the point, but then there are sometimes schedules, and I get into like clients where I am assigned to be present for. Otherwise, I would and that's how I deal with that. I just buy a ticket to somewhere and go there by myself alone to recharge. This could simply be 3-4 days, and I'm good to go. I am like reset for the next step, right? Well, I did not have the opportunity, and then there's all of these things, and then there are commitments that I had for the team members that I was supposed to be training, right? And so all that I did not have my rest, didn't have my reset. And I just couldn't get myself to like face my computer, period. And I was so resentful. And also on Monday, I got a little sickness happening. So I took it easy. Tuesday, still had the sickness, took it easy again. And Wednesday came around, shit just piled up and threw up on me. And Thursday, it got even worse. So anyway, why I'm sharing this with you. It was not my best week. And I barely got anything done, right, productively, simply because I did not honor myself. I did not honor my desires. I did not honor my rest. I did not honor the fact that I need to escape to have that reset so I could have the freshness of brain, the freshness of mind, right? And all of that to say that it surely showed on the outside, right? It surely showed on the outside. From that place, I cannot shine my light. I am too exhausted. My cup is not filled. I can't show up from that place to my clients and believe that I'm going to give them transformation. This is not the energy that they're looking for from me, right? I am always in a high vibe. I am setting myself for success mentally. I'm psyching myself for victories and breakthroughs with my clients, right? And I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. That happens from time to time. Anyway, we were talking on shining your light, right? I share my light with the world. And so the way I share my light with the world is through this, through leading the conversation, through being a thought leader, through claiming my niche, right? Through talking about the subjects that excite me and fascinate me, and through sharing my knowledge or sharing my work, right? Doing photography sessions for clients, and that's shining my light, right? Doing coaching sessions with my client, that's shining my light. Creating the systems, the studio, the environment where clients can come in and be immersed in the community of the Lovegodess studio that we are creating. That's shining my light, right? So what's your life's work? Like, what's important? What do you do? Like, what is your life's work? How do you shine like your light? And honestly, this does not have to be big. This could simply be that, like, you're always in high vibe and you're smiling at people and you're gifting them your good mood, your good vibes, your good vibration, because your presence is so valuable. Your attention is so valuable. That might be your way of gifting your light to the world. How do you give your life your light to the world? Who do you give your light to the world to, right? Are you making a point to give your light to the world every day, or does it happen by accident? Have you ever thought of that, right? So those are the very important questions that you should be asking. Those are very important questions that you, as this shining starseed on Mother Earth, who came to make a difference. And I am calling you a love goddess because you're a creation of love. You're nothing but love. But sometimes you forget. Sometimes you forget. And part of my mission, right, is to be that cheerleader for you, to be the high vibe, provide the resources, provide the tools, set up proper down to earth, like that down to earth, almost like dumped down system, so you can at least get that introduction, right, into higher level systems. And so that's how I shine my light. But, like, how do you shine yours? And it is so important to ask yourself that question. I encourage you to shine your light to the world. I encourage you to smile at a stranger. I encourage you to smile at your husband when you get home tonight. I encourage you to drink your wine and feed your radiance with good food and good movies and good conversations with other people. Like, do the things that feed your sense of radiance within yourself. It is when you are refilled from a place of that radiance, that's when you can give your light to the world. That is why, for me, it's always been traveling. That's how I escape my mind, even though, yes, I take it with me, but I'm able to get disconnected sometimes. If I'm too attached, I may need to wait longer, right, to get unattached. But it is easier for me to not be in my regular home environment. Otherwise, I will slip back into my patterns, right? And that's exactly what we are trying to do, is pattern interrupt, right? So I can replenish my light, I can replenish my cup, so I can shine my light better, right? It is so important. If I'm not radiant, and if not, I'm not coming here to you in a state of high vibration, why would you tune in and listen to me, right? Why would you do that? And that is exactly what I am giving women tools for. The dance studio that we are opening in Virginia Beach, well, actually we have opened, is a tool for you to tap and nourish and nurture that radiance with good music, good dance, spirituality, meditation, connections to other high vibe women, connections, and nurturing that sense of community, that sense of sisterhood, that sense of belonging. We are doing the sisterhood circles and meditation workshops and dance classes. We're doing heels, bachata, salsa, right, chair dance. We are doing meditations. We are doing a new type of workshop called Inner Child, where we get to tap into our inner child and be playful, right? And be silly, because we are being punished for being silly and being playful. And this is our way. This is a feminine way to be wild and free and silly and funny and all of those things, right? And play more in life. We're so serious about life, right? And did you know that you can get your very first class for free with our studio? So I'm gonna be dropping all of that information down below, so you know how to look up the classes and sign up. And I do know that shining your light is what will keep you going. I was reminded yesterday that I needed to buy roses. I have no idea why. I had no idea why. I was directed, like I received this really deep lead in my heart that, like, go buy roses. Go to this place, like very specific place, to buy roses. I was like, okay. I did, and I thought something magical was gonna happen. Nothing magical happened. I was like, okay. But I still felt that presence of roses with me, and that I need to keep them by my side. And I did. And I have finally gotten an understanding to why I needed to buy roses. It is because I was reminded that I am a high priestess, and I forgot. And I forgot for a very long time. And that reminder has served me. That reminder has served me to have this desire. Before I was like, work, hate it. Don't want to open my computer. I'm too tired. I'm burned out. I'm sick, right? But I was reminded, and I received an inspiration. And that's a different energy to do work out of, right? I received an inspiration to do things, right? And that is what I want for you to always remember. When you nurture your own light, you are able to share that light with the world. It is so important to replenish and nurture your own light, because it's gonna make a difference for someone else. It's gonna make a difference for someone else. And with that, my love, thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's podcast recording on a bigger subject that God works in mysterious ways. And our specific subjects today is shining your light. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will speak to you on Monday. Bye.